afterwards.
Yeah, so now it's recording. Yeah, good. And some meeting rules. So try to keep your microphone muted, camera freely, of course. And if you have any questions, give it in the chat, and we can try to take it after the meeting, of course. Good. Taking the next slide. Yes.
Yeah, before we start, just let us introduce ourselves a little bit quickly. My name is Danar, and I've been working in the AI and technology space. I'm a product manager, and I would say we have been working in the AI mostly the last couple of 10 years, but with the Gen AI that has been the 3-4 years now, the past 3-4 years, this is something new for all of us. So we like to share our insights and knowledge, and we see it as a community that we can share with each other. And with me, I have also Bashar.
Yes, so my name is Bashar Hariri, and as Dana said, we are both early adopters. So we both are not afraid of jumping into the new tools, the new updates, and this is something that we really recommend you guys to do as well. Don't be afraid. And we will try to share our best in this presentation today. So, yes, so 2025, what a year it has been. It has gone super fast, first of all, and we have seen huge updates. So we have highlighted the biggest highlights according to our own thoughts and beliefs, and we will share it with you guys today. Starting up with something that I guess that you all have been in touch with and familiar with, the different models. So we have highlighted the 4 biggest models. We have the OpenAI, Anthropic, Google, and Meta. Each model have the own strengths, I would say, and we have tried to give it in a simple way. For OpenAI, it's really good when it comes to reasoning and logic, which means that it can help you solve a problem step by step. It can be stuff that you need to fix at home. It will help you out with it. It can be mathematical reasonings. It can help you out with it. Anthropic is better when it comes to coding. So if you are a software developer, I will strongly recommend you guys to use the Anthropic model. If you would like to create images, animations, videos, but also discussing with it for different issues and problems, Google. I'm a fan of Google myself. I have the license, the pro license for that, and I'm using it on a daily basis. And Meta, which was the name was before Facebook, but now the name is Meta. They have an open source, so also if you have a developer, you can use the open source community to utilize the different applications that have been built on in that open source. On the right side, we have given you the different months for the different upgrades, and it has been super intense. I will not go into it in details, but I just want to show for you guys how fast it has gone. And the recent update is in November now, Gemini 3, and the GPT 5.2 and Opus 4.5. And more will come, for sure. Danar, do you have any favorite here among these?
Yes, Bashar, I really like, as you said, the Google models, because they are so-called multimodal. So they can understand, let's say, input as a text, video, or image, but they can also create output that are image, video. So this means that if you use one of the Google models, you don't need to leave the platform to go on to another application or model. So they have been really, really intensifying the competition with OpenAI.
And more will come, and we should be thankful because we are using it. So it's only good. Vibe coding. I guess that some of you have already heard about vibe coding. And for you that doesn't know about that, I can simply say that vibe coding is that you give a prompt, a short text prompt, and it will code it for you. It will build it for you. So let's say that you write, I want to create a website for my bakery for selling it. It creates it for you in minutes. So you focus on the ID, and the engineer or the model will do the coding for you. We have also highlighted the 4 biggest actors today. We have Lovable, the Swedish company, really good in creating websites with just simple text description. We have Replete, which is similar, but better on the side of creating apps. a little bit more advanced. I have tried myself. It's a little bit more advanced. And we have Cursor, which is really good for the code editors. So if you're a software developer, perfect for you to use it. And Cloud Code. It's an AI assistant for you to also for the coding, but also to solve some complex logic problems. So these are the biggest models that we have today. And if you are a beginner, I will say, for example, in my case, I will jump into Lovable when it comes to building websites. Danar, do you have any experience from any of these or maybe all of them? I don't know.
Yeah, Bashar, I think Lovable is a Swedish company, a startup. So they are doing a really good job, always trying to develop new releases with new functionality. And what is also have enabled with the vibe coding that you don't need to have perhaps the technical skill or a team to go from idea to some kind of prototype. So this is something that has changed a lot of our way of working, because now in, let's say, for example, Lovable, you can write exactly what you want for your application or website, and it will create it for you. You don't need a full team of engineers or UX or marketing. It does everything for you. So that's really something that surprised us a lot in 2025, how fast it went for these tools.
For sure. And just to clarify, vibe coding will not replace the developers. No, it's only a tool for you to support that and boost it even further. Just a clarification. So Dana, please explain a little bit about the visual explosion that we have seen in 2025.
Yes, Bashar. So in 2025, we saw really a massive development in AI when it comes to creating image and video. So if we say that 2024 was the year of text-based AI, I would say 2025 is the year of video AI. So in the beginning, I would say in the beginning of the year, a lot of you try to create videos. It was very short, experimental, and low quality. But we saw that it really changed very fast. Now the video models, they can understand physics. They can understand, for example, the shadows, how water flows, and so on. So they can create now, generate long, consistent scenes from just simple text prompts. And what does it mean when AI has become so much better at creating video? Well, for example, marketing teams now can create or produce video without a film crew. So it's changing really, really rapidly. But we need to also be uh, making sure that we understand both the risk and the opportunities. One risk is that when the videos are becoming so much better, you have some problems with deep fakes, that people can create videos based on images they don't own. So I think that we need to balance the risk with the opportunities. But for sure, in 2025, video generation with AI become very, very, very good, and it was with high quality. Have you used any of these tools, Bashar?
But mainly the Google Video, because that's a part of the Gemini that I have in my license. Really good for professional use. And also Pika, some really fun animation videos, short videos for my kids. They love it. Really love it. Okay, let's move on to some research. What does it say, Dana, here in the Meter finding?
Yes. So this is some research from Meter. They are a research company that do some research on AI. And what is interesting with this, that their conclusion was very simple. Actually, this is some kind of Moore's law, but for AI. They say that the AI capability, the power of these models to work on their own development, that or their own with their own pace, is doubling every 7 months. So this is a very huge development that the AI is working longer. So we have just example here in 2024, a lot of AIs was good at task. So in 2025, we saw that changing to become more projects. So you can build entire projects. Let's say it can work for maybe hour or day. And what we see that is will change and become better in 2026, that it can do a lot of things simultaneously. So um, our main saying here, our main findings from this research is saying that we are moving from task to workflows. So AI isn't just a tool anymore; it's becoming a collaborator. So this is where things get very, very interesting, and let's see how the development works. So we chose this research because we also had a lot of things happening in 2025 with the cost of token declining for AI. But we think this is something that really blow our mind, that the capability of the AI models can work for so much longer than compared to 2024. What's your experience with this, Bashar? Do you use it for task or you create different workflows working with AI?
I'm using it in different scenarios. I have used it for creating my own dashboards with the data I have already, simpler tasks. But I can totally agree that it goes so much faster and much better quality than it used to be. So it's going in the right direction, I would say. And that can be seen in the graph here as well. Okay. And Danar, what about the agent? Because we hear about agent on daily basis. Agent, agent, agent. What does it mean? And what's the difference between agent and a chatbot?
Yeah. So I think, Bashar, we heard a lot about the AI agents in 2025, and I think a lot of companies that we have listed here, they try to do some first prototypes or pilots. But I think still in 2025, we are confused a little bit, as you say, with understanding what the difference is with chatbot, agent, and automation. So if we start at that end, the automation, we see a lot of things that are AI agents, but they are automation. So for example, let's say in your email, let's say if you have Outlook, you have a rule that when you get the email into your inbox, well, you can move it to another folder. That's automation because it's based on rules. But if you take that email and you let AI read it and summarize it and maybe complete a draft for you to send back to the receiver, well, then you are talking about AI agents. So what we saw was the first steps in 2025 where AI became more an active worker, or maybe someone, as we like to say, it was part of your team. Klarna was one of those companies that pushed a lot for AI agents. So they are saying that this is their estimate that they have used it in the customer service and they have got a lot of benefits from it. But we see it also in other areas. For example, in marketing, or we have it in the personal assistant side that you have some tools that can book travel. You can book a flight and everything. You just need to just write the prompt and it does everything for you. So it was the year I would say that we started to really work with the AI agent and understand how we can implement it. So let's see. It's very exciting for the next year. What's your thought on this, Bashar?
Well, I'm saying that I also already said that AI agent will be an active worker, a co-worker that will be part of the team, either you want it or not. And you can delegate, and you should delegate the more difficult and boring tasks to the agent, and they will do it for you. So it's a shift in the mindset, and it's a shift in the way of working, I would say, in the future here now. So now we're getting close to 2026 in just a few weeks, and Dan and I will give our predictions on this coming year. And we're not future gurus, but we have listened to what's happening in the market, read a lot of research, and as two tech nerds, we have tried to give you guys some highlights for the next year. So the Q1 estimation February, March next year, the Netflix of the future. A funny thing is that Netflix and Disney have already started with something called interactive streaming. We have tried to generate an image, as you can see in the slide here, on how it can look like. So you're sitting with your laptop in your sofa, in your living room, and you are your own director for your own movie. So by giving a simple text prompt, you can create the next scene in your own movie. So this is coming, and we are really looking forward to using this in the future. And Dana, if you will be your own director, what kind of movie will you have created, and what kind of
scenario? Like the action movies, Bashar, the Iron Man. So probably that would be something that you can try it out for yourself. But as you say, that this is something that we predict be more common in 2026 because the video models are so good that we already see it. I think it was maybe you mentioned Netflix, Disney, but Amazon also, that where people have created their own movies. So you can watch other people's movies without these people they have not a film crew, they don't have a Hollywood budget. you can create your own movie and you can stream it. So I think that's a development we are seeing already today, and it will increase in 2026. How about you?
Well, I would like to see myself as Spider-Man and saving people's life. So that will be maybe my next movie in the future. Okay, Q2, robots at work and home. The robots already exist. They're working really hard on this right now, actually, as well. So we have highlighted the three biggest, I would say, competitors. We have Tesla, Unitree, and Figure. And each robot have their, how should I say, their strength in doing different tasks. I mean, the robots will be part in the industry of performing the heavy, boring, and repetitive tasks, but also at home for doing the boring tasks such as emptying a dishwasher, cleaning, and maybe just have a friend to talk to. The price will be different. I mean, you can see Tesla is on $2,000 to $30,000. The Unitree is 16,000, and the Figure 3 is today only for leasing, B2B. But we believe that the robots will be part of your life, such as the smartphones. I mean, if I will ask you guys, do you believe in something in smartphones 20 years ago? It would say, no, absolutely not. Now it's part of the life. So we think that the robots will be a part of the team members, maybe. What do you say, Danar? Any thoughts here on the robots?
Yes, Bashar, I think what you said, that the price is dropping, this is something I would say that has impacted a lot, because now we have the robots. You can, for example, lease them for a monthly fee. We can see that they have been better on the movement. The robotics has been much better. They can take actions for themselves. But we need to also go with a caution, I would say. So we need to understand the security risk and also the data integrity. But for sure, I think we're seeing this a lot more in 2026. And already, I think I read it in the morning that for some, I think it was Figure 03, that people had fully booked the first releases. So this will be in people's home in 2026. So it's not a reality and not science fiction anymore.
Good thoughts. Okay, shortly about the medicine, Dana, in Q3.
Yes, we predict also that some of these AI models, they will become specialized. What we mean by that is that we saw in 2025 that we are using general models. So they are good at a lot of things, but they are not specialized on one thing. What we are seeing here in medicine, that we have different models that are very, very good at this. So in biology, you have specific models. You have in drug discovery. You have also in clinical trials. So we predict that in 2026, AI for medicine will become much more usable. So imagine if we can discover a new drug that doesn't take 10 years and maybe $1 billion. So we can do a lot of things, and we can see a lot of companies are investing in this area that we like to call specialized AI. So they are good at one thing, and it's in medicine. So we see that's coming, and who knows? Maybe AI can win the Nobel Prize next year as one part of the team, or as one specific colleague. So let's see what happens. What's your prediction on this, Bashar? Do you agree with this?
I agree. I'm really happy for AI's involvement in medicine. I hope it can help out in different categories in improving our health and removing the boring old diseases. And Q4, the last highlight next year, Danar, October. What do you say?
Yeah, I think we saw this already in 2025. We saw this also in 2024. A lot of people talked about the AR, VR glasses. But what happened, I would say, that is going to change a lot in 2026 is that a lot of players now are moving into this space. So you have, for example, Meta, but you have also Chinese companies that are making their own glasses. So the price is getting cheaper. And we also can say that AI is better used with these glasses than using it with the phone or a computer. Because when you put AI in glasses, it can read in the outer environment. So let's say if you want to know something about you are a tourist and you want to see what this kind of tourist attraction are, maybe you can point it into the paper and understand the text, or maybe you want to translate something, then the AI is there. So there is a lot of practical use for having AI in glasses. But again, with all things, we need to be balancing the risk with opportunities. So we don't want to have, let's say, people using the glasses spying on us, or using it to record anything that we don't want. But for sure, we are seeing a lot of this in 2026. And we say that the glasses will be more dominant interface compared to the screens. What do you say, Bashar, about this?
I think it will also be a product that we will have at home, such as smartphone in the future. But today it's a little bit too expensive and not that good yet. I've tried Meta Orion. It was not the best one, but it will improve for sure. It will improve. Okay, so getting to the end of the presentation. So what does this mean for you? As a business leader, I think that we need to ask ourselves, how many people do I have? We should shift that focus to how fast can we deploy tasks in the team by using AI. So taking part of or creating AI agent, involve them in the team to improve the workforce. I think that is something that we, as a business leader, you should focus on instead. Dana, do you have any examples of this here in this area?
Yeah, I think, Bashar, for the workforce or the businesses, that we can say that the AI can help, as you are saying, that it can help with repetitive tasks. It can do a lot of things that maybe we don't want to put it on humans. So we want humans to work with creativity task. And having an assistant that is AI can do the boring stuff, do the research, do the planning, and the humans take, I would say, the action, or they can do the final touch. And that I think we will see more as well in 2026.
So we don't believe that AI will replace humans, as people are saying. No, we think that they will boost it and improve the existing workforce that we have today. For individuals, for all of us, we strongly recommend you guys to try on the new tools, the new updates. It doesn't have to be a specific software or tool. Just try it out. Try and error, learning by doing. And since it goes so fast that we have showed you guys, you need to be on the forefront and early adopters. Take courses, talk to people, join seminars as you're doing today, etc., etc. Any tips here, Danar, for competence development and such?
Yeah, I think, Bashar, is the same with we talked about the businesses, that these tools are so accessible and they are so easy to use. So if we need to try to understand it, and I think this is important. And then when we try and use it and learn about it, then we can apply it on a very practical way that we can understand it better. So I think that is the main thing with these tools we are seeing, especially in the Gen AI, that they are so easy to use and they are so accessible. You just go into the website and you have the tool in front of you, and you can try and you can test it for yourself. So I definitely agree that trying, fail, and trial and error, and then adapt to it will be the key things, both for businesses and to individuals.
Funny thing that Dana and I we hold a crash course for our parents when it comes to the ChatGPT and Gemini, and in the start they were just laughing, they didn't understand it, but now they use it on a daily basis. So it is for everyone. So the last slide is about AI competence. As we just spoke about, we have highlighted our thoughts and our tips on the best companies and sites when it comes to different categories. So we have music, video, image, text, and coding. I will not deep dive into each one of these, but I can at least give my recommendation. As we said, when it comes to coding, Replit is forefront and easy to use. Gemini and ChatGPT. And for music, Suno. You have to try it out. It's super fun and easy to use. Text to music. Danar, have you any favorite here? I know that you have been using Suno as well. And
Yeah, I think it's a lot of things here. We mentioned the Gemini, Lovable Replit, but I think another one is 11 Labs that you can use to. I would say that in the early phases you can use your own voice to create maybe podcasts or videos. So that is also something we see that the voice is getting a lot better as input and also output. So AI is becoming good at that as well. So I think that was a bit surprising for me that it can, based on a 5-10 minutes recording, it can understand your voice and help you to create new things with it. So that was a little bit surprising for me, I would say.
yeah, and aimugnat.se. This is a site where you can take courses, you can jump on different tasks, but also try and see how mature you are within AI. Then I have used it in different companies with different persons as well, and we have seen the maturity is quite low, sadly said. So go into this site, try it out, give it as a recommendation to your company or wherever you work, and recommend this for your closest persons. Sadly, everything comes to an end, and now we are in the end of the presentation, and we would like to see if there are any questions, thoughts, or feedback from this presentation. Now I will stop sharing. No, there are no dumb questions, only dumb answers, or how do you say it? I don't know. Any thoughts, any favorite tools that you have used? Any use cases?
Oh, I think it was nice to join and that we could hold this session. I think it was good. I mean, Chat GPT is I think is the most common one that most people use. And in my case, as a developer and working in an IT company, it's usually working with big customers is usually a little bit difficult to integrate your code or the customer's code into these tools. So usually it's mostly used for answering simple questions on how to build certain things because of the security involved in customer data and stuff like that. So I think that in the future, as you're predicting, is kind of inevitable because they're going to be left behind. These people, these customers that don't want their code into the cloud or stuff like that. So, but at the same time, I understand your worries. We still don't have a lot of insight about what happens to the data. Sometimes it says that we don't train with your data, but then you see things. You see that at the end of the day, they do train with the data, and it's. I think it's a big confidence thing for people to trust this AI. But we'll see what happens. It's very exciting time we're living in right now. I agree.
For sure, and you saw it, and we have all seen it. It goes so fast. In just a few months, we have an update. So it's a race going on between, I would say, Gemini and OpenAI, and we as a user on the other side, we should just be happy because we get that for free, I would say, and we can utilize it.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Any other thoughts? Okay, good. So, well, thank you all for joining. Dan and I are really happy to have the chance to present this for you guys. We will share the presentation after this session here. And if you will have any thoughts or questions, please just let us know. You have us on LinkedIn, I guess. I can give it in the chat as well. So fail fast and fail forward, I will say. Don't be afraid. Just go ahead. Any final words, Danar, before ending up this meeting?
I think it has been very fun, and we appreciate that you have taken the time, all of this in the just listening, because that we need to share knowledge, and I really like to comment, that your experience from the company. So I think we need to share with each other and learn it, because in the end, this has been the last couple of 3 years is new for all of us. I think that I just want to say that, because Gen AI has been around, I would say 3-4 years, but AI has been around for a long time. But this new type of AI is new for all of us, so we need to share and learn from each other. I would say that.
Okay.
Super.
Thank you.
Thanks very much.
Have a nice Christmas and Happy New Year to you all. Thank you so much.
Too.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.